Fletcher Taverto.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. It's a genuine pleasure to stand in the House today as a member of New Zealand First and as a member that works under the auspices and the leadership of the Right Honourable Winston Peters. So I stand with just this observation in mind to start with, because I often stand to speak against the government, and I take a great deal of pleasure in doing so, because more invariably than not, they've got it wrong, sir. So to stand here now and to share in a celebration of our visitors, of our neighbours, of our friends, of our whānau, is truly a wonderful experience for me, sir. So may I say in welcome, kia ora tātou, no mai, haere mai, welcome to New Zealand once again, and welcome to those of you who are here for your first time. It is a wonderful privilege to have you here today. Mr Speaker, the reason I stand in celebration of this week's events is because it has been a privilege for me to be a member of the Foreign Affairs, Defence and Trade Select Committee, and more so it has been a pleasure and an honour to be part of the organising subcommittee, as some have acknowledged today. And I would like to acknowledge Alfred Naro firstly, and recognising his efforts as the chairman. He has done a fine job, and it has been a select committee, a subcommittee that has worked very well together. But I'd also like to acknowledge the words of the chair of the Foreign Affairs Committee, who said, because we wanted to get it right, because we needed the details to be sorted properly, we had to give it to others. I think he spoke very wisely with those words earlier today, Mr Speaker. I would like to say that it was a cooperative endeavour, that those on the committee were passionate about making the visit work for our friends and our whānau from the Pacific. And the modus operandi, the outcome was about engagement, about letting you have a voice here in New Zealand, but about us hearing what it is you have to tell us, what is important to you. And I think that was significant this morning, sir, in the Foreign Affairs, Defence and Trade Select Committee when we were visited by some of our visitors here today. And thank you for being honest, and thank you for telling us of your issues that you are facing now and how you see New Zealand playing a part of that. I would actually like to take this opportunity to speak very briefly about the previous Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Right Honourable Winston Peters, because I genuinely think it appropriate to highlight that it was the Right Honourable Winston Peters who redefined our relationship with the Pacific Islander, who redefined this country's relationship with our Pacific neighbours. Sir, he realised the meaning and the importance of moving together as one region, one people, and understanding that together and listening to one another, we could do more together. And hopefully, in terms of culture, in terms of economic outcomes, New Zealand could be a significant player in enabling the future of our whānau here today. And that is simply all I wanted to say, because it is something that I am proud of as a member of New Zealand First, and acknowledge the Right Honourable in his efforts and his work in the past there, sir, and today. I say in the past, but today he is still a passionate advocate. Sir, I iterate that fundamental belief of New Zealand First. We must have strong ties, we must work together, and it is about mutual economic and social development. So much thought was given to the debate topics which will dominate the House's time tomorrow. Much debate was undertaken by the subcommittee as to what those topics would be and what is it that is significant to New Zealand and to our Pacific Island whānau right at this moment. And I understand, being part of that committee, that the normal televised facility that we have taken for granted over the last few years won't be available tomorrow. So I'd like to take this time to highlight to the New Zealand public what will be debated, and to suggest to those of you who are able and who would like to come down, to be a member of our gallery and to hear the debates from our contributions from our friends, our whānau and members here in the House today. So, Sir, because I'm speaking in a collective celebration here today, I will only highlight what those debates are and not use them as an opportunity to attack the government. Suffice it to say, we are here today as one, as a parliamentary team, to work together in camaraderie and moving forward as a Pacific nation. But as I read these out, I do ask the government members here today to acknowledge that there is a lot of work that needs to be done, and we cannot take for granted our role in moving forward together, sir. So the first topic of debate tomorrow will be on climate change. Obviously, these are not threats. Events are happening now, and they are affecting everyone in this room actually adversely. The second debate, sir, is about Pacific resources, the sustainability, the sustainable management of those, and in my mind, extracting the value from them in their home country, taking the value from them rather than shipping them off as raw product. Security and governance, sir, was the next debate, and how best to move forward together while at least encouraging more secure and better governance environments among our Pacific nations. And the last debate, sir, was about Parliament and the community, maximising the benefits available from stronger engagement between parliaments and their communications and communities. And so I celebrate the ability we have to debate those tomorrow. It will be an engaging day and an important day in our history. I would finish, sir, by celebrating all members who have made the trip to be here this week, but I especially acknowledge the women Pacific Island leaders here today and celebrate your success with you and being here today, but being the role models that you are. Kia ora. As a new Member of Parliament, I look forward to making friends with you all, our whānau in the gallery today. Mr. Speaker, there is so much more for New Zealand to do within the Pacific, but today I speak in celebration of those who have travelled a great distance to join us. May we move forward as one. Kia ora, sir.
Lewis Wall.